Welcome back, you glorious demon hunter bastards, to some more Wallet May Cry, Peak of Greed. The game trying to separate the cash in your wallet and make you cry. I hope you guys are doing pretty well. As you can see on the screen, we got ourselves some Count Thunder. So let's talk about it.
Where's your motivation?
All right, this is going to be a simple impressional video to really just go through with what we have with Count Thunder and so far what I'm currently working on with the character. And this video is probably going to get updated later on. And I'm actually planning to make another video versing Count Thunder versus Vergil. So Endless Judgment Vergil. So let's just break down the character real quick. As you can see, we got an S+ character. Basically, I paid money to do my first pull. We did physical realm, and dude, I got him a second time. I beat the 50-50 twice. Like, I'm surprised by that. But when it comes down to it, we're going to go ahead and look at our rank ups. For a B rank up, Switchback. Hitting targets with basic attacks at 15 MP. If stylish rank is at S, then you gain an additional 3, so you will get 18 MP. At A rank, after hitting a target with blistering swords, you will gain an additional 100 MP after breaking a hit shield. Reset blistering swords cooldown. Okay. Gain 1 stack of motivation after each activation of Rapid Slash. Each stack of motivation will increase the damage of subsequent Judgment Cut Dance by 30%. Motivation can stack up to 5 times and lasts 20 seconds. That is where, when you pull him, this is the ranking that you will be at, which is not bad. When we get to S+, after hitting a target with a million bolts, you gain 250 MP after hitting a target with Rapid Slash or other 5 targets, or other targets within the 5 meters of the target hit will take 300% electric reaction damage. Damn, that was hard for me to say for some reason. And then we're going to get into our higher tiers, which we'll start with SS, which this right here will, Galloping will reduce the cooldown of Rapid Slash by 0% and activate Rapid Slash reset cooldown of Blistering Swords, Electric Reflection inflicts the 300% more damage to summon targets. We then have, the ability for Motivation, which gain 1 stack of motivation, and now basically the damage will increase up to 40%. At SSS, when Count enters the battle, he'll gain increased electric damage by 23% for 15 seconds. The effect does not stack. At SS+, we will go ahead and have Motivation increase its damage again by from 40 to 50%. And Raining Swords, when Blistering Swords hits a target, it increases electric damage the target takes by 38% for the next 10 seconds, which is all right. That's actually all right. When it comes down to Count Thunder and it comes down to duping him, in all honesty, for all you people who's going to be pulling in a banner for the next 13 days, you're going to want to try to dupe the character to SS. Like, at minimum, to be completely honest, you will want to have that reduced cooldown of Rapid Slash to 0. So the goal here is to try to push the character to get him to an SS rank. Now, when it comes to his weapon, which I don't have just yet because we just pulled for the character, I'm going to say that the weapon, his unique weapon is actually pretty decent for him, but it's not totally necessary. So let's say, level 1, you get an increased overall damage of 10% each time Count Thunder activates Rapid Slash. He increases electric damage by 4% for the next 15 seconds. The effect resets after each trigger, which is really good. So Flashing Inception is a really good buff. When we max all this out, it'll go up to 20%, then 8%. His next buff, which is Suppression, will increase the electric damage of subsequent Rapid Slash by 180%. And then at the final buff would be increasing the electric damage of Count Thunder by 45% for the next 10 seconds with a 20% cooldown. This is his unique weapon, his exclusive weapon, which is Thunderous Spark. It is designed for him, but in all honesty, right now we are playing him with Endless Judgment's Tusk right now, and it's doing decent. It's actually doing really well for the damage output because we only got a 1 star. and we're getting an increased overall damage of 20% over 10%. We don't have, you know, the concentration gauge, so that nothing else works, but the 20% overall damage on the weapon on top of what he's doing works very well. So if you're not pulling for his hell weapon right now and you're not too worried about that, you can use Tusk or you can use Awakening Ebony, and that will be perfectly fine as a hell weapon on him. When it comes to his skills, he does do a lot of electric damage. He's inflicting a total for his basic, you know, on the ground 500.3 electric damage, in the air 236.1 electric damage. When it comes to the secondary attack, it's 195, and then it is subsequently when the downward slash at 211.4%. And I'm going to say like this, take responsibility, look at this, but his QTE with million bolts is also very good. So QTE him in for an additional 1,828.7% electrical damage on top with a QTE is really something that's actually pretty good. But with basic passive right now, you gain right now without going to SS, we gain with Count Thunder an extra 7% of electrical damage. His alt and all generalists, like when it comes down to it, rapid slash, it will consume, a strike will consume 200 MP. You'll gain 1 bar of concentration each time rapid slash is activated, and it will apply a stack of paralyzing to targets for each hit. Each interval of the skill will inflict 347.4 electric damage. And once concentration is at the max and you hold the ultimate skill button for Judgment Dance, it will pause all action and inflict a total of 1,396.2 electric damage after using Judgment Dance. So not too bad. Overall, with this character in particular, the way we're looking at, we are going to want to use the Minotaur card set. Right now, I don't have the cards exactly the way I would want to have the cards in a sense, but the idea is that I'm trying to find cards in particular that is going to be related to MP regen, attack percentages. I'm not too worried about crit rate. I'm not too worried about crit damage at this point in time. I'm more worried about trying to make sure that my attack percentage, my electric damage is going up, and even overall damage if possible, to try to bring that up as well. That is main things that I'm looking at. The MP regen is what I'm really trying to focus heavily on, is because I want to be able to, you know, consistently with basic attacks, with Blistering Sword, I want to make sure that I am regenning that Devil Trigger gauge, that purple gauge at the bottom of your health bar, as fast as possible, so that way I can consistently start working on Rapid Slash. Now, let's go take a quick little look up of him right now. We're going to discuss a little bit on, you know, his actual style, because the character, we were so hyped for him, but in all honesty, for a base level character, he's not Endless Judgment. And I want to make sure we're clear on this. This is what I was discussing in live streams for the last week or so, is that I needed to see what it was. From seeing on a video and then playing the character is two different things. When it comes down to Count Thunder, I find that he is a very unique, very good unit. I mean, he does have a basic, you know, combo stance, but compared to Endless Judgment, he does not seem as particularly as fast. Like, he's not doing as many hits. And I think that's mainly because he does not have a judgment cut, basically without judgment cut involved in it. You're not seeing a repetitious, actual, you know, fast DPS on this. You're not looking at damage per second going to be at, you know, a high rate of attack, which is fine. For what he does, it's fine. I feel like he's more of a precision-based character in that sense. Not something I'm really fond of. Like, if you're looking at, you know, Count Thunder versus, you know, Endless Judgment, they're two different units completely. But in all honesty, Endless Judgment would still be the king of everything here. It's still, but it does not mean that Count Thunder is not fun to play. With Blistering Swords being involved in it, if you do a hit break right now, that will actually go ahead and reset after breaking a hit shield with his rapid slash. Basically, you have like maybe a 1.5 second cooldown at S. So, but with it being at SS, we're going to be looking at this to where we will be able to spam the crap out of this. After doing 5 of the rapid slashes, you'll see that you have a triangles right here. This is your motivation meter, you can call it. Once you build up these 5, you're going to be able to hold down the button and go straight into all. Now, this all, it looks like Judgment Cut End. Okay, it looks like, you know, oh, it's the same thing as, you know, Endless Judgment Cut Vergil's attack. It's Judgment Cut Perfect End, you know. It's not. This will only affect, we went play Physical Realm, we went play Bloody Palace. This ultimate will only basically teleport you to one enemy and fillet that one enemy. You're not going to be, you know, screen wide like Endless Judgment, and you're going to be taking care of every enemy on the screen. So keep that in mind that it does look like it's a full screen based ultimate, but it's really not. We do have a teleport, so just like Endless Judgment Vergil, you have a teleport where you can go to your enemy, go ahead and do your combinations.
So slow.
So what I'm gonna say is that my lineup for this team versus what the game is suggesting is they're suggesting put Nomadic Lightning, which handles crowd control and has to have an AoE and does help with electric penetration. But in the same case and scenario, I find that Lady's benefit, because we have her at EX, gives him a 61% increasement on his electric damage. Same thing for One Man Show. She is a good support. She's also a physical hunter that can do physical damage and is there really for hit shields. There's a couple of things with Vergil so far that this version of Vergil that I do not like. And one of those in particular is, you know, the angel enemies that have like the hit shield on it that you got to pop them out. This Vergil sucks when it comes to hit shields. Okay. In the air, hit shields, he really does not. It's not that good. So when you see these little guys, you know, they have a hit shield. You're not like Endless Judgment Vergil where you can just keep hitting over and over. You know, you can mash the button, you can do Endless Judgment Cut Perfect, and you're doing multiple hits basically all at once, which is shredding the shit out of the hit shield. No, this one, it is one hit after the other. You can't use rapid slash in the air. It has to be on the ground, which is kind of a disadvantage for him. So with that being stated, in all honesty, this is another reason why compared to Nomadic Lightning, and I know, oh, he's got the round, you know, he can do round the world with the fucking forced edge. I already know. However, I find that it's a little bit easier to be able to fight the, you know, the angel enemies with Lady and then swap it over to Vergil at that point. Or even with QTE into One Man Show, I have seen it to where it busted the shit out of shield. The only perk that, you know, against a hit shield that Vergil does have, if you're going to look at that, is Vergil can go boom, 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 and then use Blistering Swords to finish out the hit shield. And then if it does, it resets Blistering Swords. That is the way you probably would want to play it at that point. The character is, like I said, it's a more precision-based Vergil. It is not, you know, a wild, crazy assassin base. He's not coming in. For example, I will show by going back right here. We'll leave the stage real quick. I'm going to swap out my one-man show really quickly. Let's swap that over to Endless Judgment. Let's go right back in. When it comes to Endless Judgment, as you guys know, like Endless Judgment comes in and does a bulkload of damage. He is super fucking fast with his attacks. He is there with even, you know, perfect Judgment Cut. It is worthwhile. We're doing a lot of damage. We're doing shit ton of damage in a few seconds. With this version of Vergil, Count Thunder, he's much slower, especially in the air. He lacks. On the ground with Rapid Slash, I think that's fine. I think he actually is a very well-grounded character. You know, for a unit, he is really well-grounded. But when it comes to air, I think that that's where he actually is going to have some issues with air-based enemies. I can already see doing, you know, boss raid DMD with, you know, Carcass, the fucking KFC fucking chicken bucket over there. That it might be a little bit of an issue with this version of Vergil versus, you know, something a little bit easier where this Vergil can stay pretty much in the air the entire fucking time in a sense and go straight into his arm. So there is some disadvantages that I can see with Count Thunder. But I mean, overall, the unit is very solid. He's more playable by himself than that of Devilbringer Nero. He really does not per se need to have a team. He just works very well with a team, and it would be more of a struggle without a team, but he can hold his own quite generously. Whereas, you know, Devilbringer Nero requires, you know, brand stacks. And in all honesty, with those brand stacks, you get them better from Fist of Salvation. Dante, this version here of Vergil does electric penetration. He does the paralyzing gauge effects. He does do electric damage. So in all honesty, you could take Nomadic Lightning. You can take one-man show in a sense, and he kind of put it on him, and he can do some things himself without their actual necessary need. But hype-wise, character is very decent. I would rank him on a tier list probably as a solid A. He does not meet the requirements that I would feel to be a S tier unit. That's my personal feeling. That might change when we get him to SS, but as a standard S to S plus, you know, basic unit without his hell weapon, I think the character pretty much, you know, is a solid A. When we pull him at SS, we'll do another video review probably. We'll update this video and we'll take a look then to see where we're at with Count Thunder and see if, you know, it actually is a necessary need, which I do believe it will be. I think Rapid Slash is going to be the key to his entire kit, and having that at a 0 cooldown will make everything on this character react better. So, quick recap on everything real quick, guys. I do apologize. This video is going to be a little bit longer than the normal videos. Hope you don't mind. I just wanted to try to break down some things that I've been looking at and I'm still working on, but yeah. Character is a solid A tier. You know, he's not too bad. He's not too shitty. He can handle his own, which I do like. I mean, it is Vergil. He's not as fast as Endless Judgment Vergil. He's not better than Endless Judgment Vergil. Endless Judgment Vergil will still be better than this character. I do see issues to where with airborne enemies with hit shields that will be kind of a downside for him in terms of, you know, a speedy, hey, you may want to switch over to, you know, Nomadic Lightning, one-man show, or even, you know, Lady to be present there to help with that. But when it comes to it, that's another issue. We are going to want to use the Minotaur card set. We are going to want to increase his electric damage as much as possible. But like I said, I do believe that we need to be looking strictly at the MP region as well as electric damage and attack percentage damage. Like I said, these aren't the best cards we got. These are the best cards we got right now. They aren't the best cards in the game. They're just the best ones we got right now. Weapon-wise, you can use the Tusk and do damage. So if you're going to be playing, you know, Count Thunder and you haven't pulled his hell weapon, this is still a decent weapon that is working really well. I feel like his exclusive would be much better because of the reset, but with the Tusk, you know, it still works very well for him. Other than that, guys, I got to get prepared to do some stuff for my son because it is going to be his birthday on Friday the 23rd. And yeah, you guys have a good one. I'll catch you on the flip side, and prepare for some more videos coming up this week. I'm going to be preparing them this weekend after we do some more testing and do some more building. All right, take it easy. Have a good one. Bye-bye.